Magnus versus Hikaru. Let's see who wins. So, Magnus got a little bit of a space advantage. His plan right now is pretty simple. Probably just wants to play a3 or something, kick out the knight, and then maybe potentially bring this knight in, put a little bit of pressure on everything. And yeah, I think it's just the fact that this knight is misplaced, because normally you want this knight to be here, but if you kick it out, then the knight is forced to go here, and it has to take a couple extra steps to get to the desired place. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for Magnus. Let's see what's gonna happen actually. Okay, G4. Wow. Second line of the engine. You want to play G5. Basically want to lock the king in. That is a very, very smart move. I don't know, do you want to play H6 in this position? Then H4. And then if I get my pawn at H5, this pawn is always on a dark square and it's always going to be a weakness. So a lot of questions to be asked. Hikaru plays knight A6. That kind of makes sense. Maybe you want to kick the bishop out. Maybe you want to reroute to D4. Maybe Magnus wants to double up, or maybe he just wants to go with the H4 plan. So yeah, there is quite a lot of decisions here. Rook D2, Rook D5, Knight B4. Just go back. Or are they gonna repeat? Rook D2, Bishop F8, great move. Alright, I think G5 now might be good. H4, H6, H4. Bishop F8 is a great move, getting away from the rook site, as well as potentially controlling this H6 square, so that if G5 you have H6. And in addition, the rook also opens up, so that's a very nice move by Hikaru. Now, what is white gonna do? Goes G5. Alright, that makes sense. Now, is black gonna trade the bishop? Is black gonna play H6? And goes bishop G7. I'm assuming Magnus doesn't trade. This bishop is just so well placed here that if you just trade, you instantly remove all your chances of winning. And now it's actually black threatening stuff like knight A2 with this double rook. So bishop G7, yeah, you don't trade. Yeah, but then you trade. You double up on the D file now. Now you have threats of going to D7. So Magnus finding the right time to trade, right? When you trade here, you're allowing the king to be active, but when you trade here, the king is less active rather than it being on G7. So, pretty good. Knight A6, Knight B5. Rook D5. And Rook E6. Apparently this is just better. Maybe the combination of knight and rook moves. But Knight B5. Rook here. Takes. Rook E8. And Rook C1. Oh no! Hikaru. I'm blundering. Rook D7. Oh no! Rook B6. You gave up a pawn, but check. Takes. King E7 or King G7. Oh, whoa, what's wrong with King E7? You probably have Knight C8, right? So you don't want to trade. You want to go here. Oh, and then you still have pressure here. You have Knight C5. Yeah, but when you do it this way, now you have two rooks coming in. That's even deadlier. Usually you want to just trade one rook if you want to try to draw this, because now, just two rooks is like a little too much. especially since these rooks are defending and attacking at the same time. So if you trade away one rook, you're getting rid of a lot of power from position. Hikaru does get this, and probably after maybe like rook e7 or rook e6, something like that. Kick away the knight maybe. Maybe swing the rook here. King g7, knight d7, knight e6, h4 probably. h4, knight f4, king f3, h6. I don't think this tactic works. Wait, does this? Why doesn't this work? Because you take here. Oh, and we move the knight out of the way or something like that. You can take back there. Alright. Alright. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oh, wait. That's kind of exactly what happened. Oh, okay. f4? f4, rook d7 or something? I think rook d7 is just really clean. f4 is also clean. Does allow checks though, but you just block. Knight f3. Rook h3 probably. Maybe rook back. Just try to swing over some way. Something like these ideas maybe. The only problem is that as soon as you take your sort of eye off of this rook right over here, it's gonna slide in. Like as soon as you go like here, for example, or you can't really go here. I mean you can, but it's like then white gets to trade down everything, so that's not good, right? Knight d4. Here you get to trade everything. Rook d7 in, take the pawn. White's winning. So yeah, rook h3, rook d7 maybe. Rook d7. No, I don't think rook d7. You just start pushing the pawns, because I mean here, then b5. So I guess a4 to stop b5, and then you maybe a5 as well. So like if king here, you go a5, and then now rook d7 is much stronger because now this pawn can't move. So knight f3, rook g4, rook d7 takes, rook g4, a4, or no, wait, a4 might not work. Wait, take b4. I think this is still winning. Oh, Magnus! Rook f7, king f7, knight e5, king e7, knight takes. Oh my god. And Magnus with the win against Hikaru. 93% accuracy. Alright, there's still another match though. I think it's best out of 2, so yeah, I think this is best out of 2, so we still get to see these people play again, which is very nice. Wow, Magnus is just... Wow. Magnus just completely... I don't want to say this, but he kind of cooked Hikaru. Wow. He won from this endgame. What the hell? How? Damn. Nah, you have knight b5 and a fork. That's what you want to play. Yeah, you want to play bishop c5 first. And then, like, I don't know, a random move. Then knight d4. And you can take back the bishop or the pawn. And then now the bishop defends the pawn. So knight b5 doesn't come with double attack. Okay. Knight b4. Move the knight out of the way. Rook c8. a3. Why is a3 not played? Oh, he just goes back. Oh, you don't need to play it, I guess. Yeah, rook d1. Knight f5. Bishop g5. Wow. Wow. And if here? Wow. Holy. What an engine line. That is disgusting. If takes. Don't you have king e7? Holy. Wow. Oh my god. So you probably play rook d1, sack, knight d5. Oh, they're playing again. Yes. Yes, this is what I'm talking about, alright? This is the matchup I want to see. Alright. E6, G3, our little Catalan action going on. Little Catalan, alright. Probably just bring the knight out. Knight here, knight f6. Castles. I don't know, maybe takes. Bishop e7 or something. Maybe. C6. Takes. Nah, that's losing. No. Gotta take the pawn. Bishop takes and rook c8. Alright. Oh no. There he goes, queen a4. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Assuming either take, block knight, takes. Queen a5 or queen d4. Queen a5. Actually, queen d4 looks interesting. G3 takes. I'm wondering if d5 is a move. D5 might be. I'm just curious what's happening. All right. Magnus spending time here. Queen e5 could be played, but after you block with some piece. This is another endgame. Does Magnus want to get into this endgame? This time it's like perfectly symmetrical, but black is actually more developed. So here, I mean, there's always annoyances like this. So queen d4. All right, he wants to just immediately go for the kill now. One of these knight moves to attack the queen, or you probably take, maybe, I don't want to take. Taking seems risky, because then after knight e3, bishop c5, then black's threatening to take and do this. He goes queen b3, queen b4, knight d2, takes, f3. Oh, Hikaru's putting the pieces. He's keeping the pieces on the board. I'm assuming a3. A3, just try to kick out the queen. A3, right? Yep. He goes a3. Probably go. If you go back to b6, if you go back to b6, you're still putting pressure here. You always have knight g4. See what Magnus does. Knight d4 is the best move out. You go for a counter. If takes, probably queen takes. This is even more powerful. Wow, this is even more powerful. Castles. Rook c8. You're just bringing all the pieces to the party. Knight b3. Queen sack. Up in exchange. So there's already like nasty discoveries that could be happening with this. He goes queen d3. Okay. Takes. Moves the queen probably. Yeah. Moves the queen. Castles. I mean, kind of have to castle. Otherwise, Keep your king stuck in the center. This ain't good. Probably can't even play b4 either because bishop d4. And then your rook is starting to get a little so yeah, he castles. Alright, castle. Probably just one of these rook moves. I mean, just at the end of the day, this is like just simple developing stuff for Magnus. And then later on in the game, what Magnus might try to do is this b4, this b pawn is looking kind of like really weak. So maybe a5, a4 in the future, right? Rook d8, b4, bishop moves back to, let's say, f8 or e7 to defend the knight if bishop b2 ever comes. And then potentially Magnus is going to start to play a5, this crucial break after takes. If he gets the rook onto the a file along with the bishop's pressure, this pawn is gone. So really big decision by Hikaru to play b4 because now a5 makes this a really big target. He goes knight b3. Alright, he's stopping a5. He's getting this knight out of the rook's sight so that he could play bishop b2. So this is looking like a really close game. Anything can happen here. What's Magnus going to do? Is he going to go queen d5, maybe offer a queen trade? Is he going to go maybe a little rook c8 action? Is rook c8 even good? It's fine, but is that really what Magnus wants? Hikaru gets to finish his development. He has to do something fast. So, I don't know. Engine's suggesting right now h5 even, or e5, right? These moves that kind of come for the kill immediately. Because Magnus kind of has to do something fast if he wants to prove that he has an advantage. If white gets the rooks onto the file, matching black's rooks, it's pretty much just a draw at that point. So, queen d5. Alright, Magnus goes for the queen trade. Maybe we'll see a trade of queens now by Hikaru. But Hikaru's down a point. He has to win, but he still trades. Hikaru is basically saying right now that he's able to beat Magnus in this endgame. Because Hikaru's down a point. So, this is a really risky decision, trading queens like this. Really, really risky decision. Probably just bring the other rook as well, yeah. And then white's going to bring the rooks. And, I mean, how do you really prove an advantage in this position? Like, how do you prove an advantage? Magnus might try to just defend. Magnus might just focus on defending for this game. Like, maybe Magnus wants to force the draw with bishop f6. Like, once the bishops come off, you play b6 to stop any knight infiltrations, you bring the king, and it's just pretty much going to be a draw. So, alright, he plays f6. Let's bring the king. Knight a5, good move. Takes, rook d7. Rook c8, king f7. So, here. And now what? This is actually starting to get a little dicey. If white gets b5 and this knight is lodged into black's position, and after rook a8, this pawn is starting to become a weakness. Hold on. Why f6? F6 just kind of weakened everything. Maybe the best move might have been just play bishop f6. Just trade the bishops or just play b6. Stop this idea entirely. But after this, after the rook gets in, hold on, this is starting, yeah, this is getting really dicey. This is the line that we talked about here. Even the engine is now suggesting knight b6. You just give up the pawn entirely. You're saying, okay, I'm giving up a pawn here, maybe even like potential a5 ideas as well to maybe dislodge. Not right now, of course, because you just lose a pawn, but once you maybe bring the king in, you start playing a5, you break down this entire structure. So, because your king is a little more active than white's king, because you moved it once, then, hold on. Alright, so you basically said, because your king's a little more active than white's king, you're able to sacrifice a pawn. But this is getting a little shaky for Magnus. Let's see what he does. I don't know, bishop d6 doesn't really do much, because then maybe he has like rook a8 ideas. What is Hikaru trying to do though? What is his plan for winning? After rook c7 and b5, of course, you have to lodge the knight in. How is Hikaru gonna win this game? How is he gonna win this game? Because this bishop is glued to this pawn. And you really do not want to trade this powerful knight. If let's say white trades this knight, it's probably going to be equal. If not, black is better because now the king is getting in. So what is white going to do here? What is Hikaru? How is Hikaru going to prove his advantage? This and this is pretty much expected. So now what? A4. I don't think that really works because then after knight b4, right? Wait, if you play, let's just make a random move. A4, do you have knight b4? Oh, you don't. Oh, this could be a potential idea. Oh. So that's interesting. Oh. B5, A4, expand, potentially take the bishop, put your own bishop on there, and now your bishop has complete control over the dark squares. That is pretty valid, I'm not gonna lie. Or maybe another potential idea, lodge the bishop in the center, go A5, A4 somehow, and try to attack this pawn. That's also another idea. Magnus plays A6. Magnus plays A6. And now E4 is the best move. E4, you kick out the knight. Then what? Bishop, wait, is it? Wait, hold on. Wait, Magnus just, wait, hold on. What the hell? Wait, the knight is defending the pawn. So E4, you probably just kick the knight out and you just lose the pawn, right? Am I tripping? Or, yeah. Yeah, E4 just wins the pawn. E4, knight C7. Oh my god, and the computer went from this being a mistake to this being a blunder. That's how bad this mistake was. Because now rook takes B6. How are you going to stop this? How are you going to stop this? Hold on. This is getting really dicey. E5, okay. White still has to be really careful though. Like, you want to go, the problem is you want to go knight b8, but this comes with check. So that's why the best move right here is just a king move, like king g2. Because now, if you play a random move, knight b8 is really strong. You do have rook d2 though, so that is something to look out for, but you know, you're attacking this pawn, and once you get your bishop out of danger, like bishop c1, bishop e3, that is a potential idea. So Magnus plays e5, rook b7, check here, bishop d6. And Magnus is defending everything. Alright, white goes back to a5. King e6, just trying to maybe bring the king to the queen side. Hold on, I gotta charge my computer real quick. This is oh goodness. Alright. 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 What's white gonna do here? What is white going to do here? Hikaru is up by 30 seconds, so he has time to think. This is a really critical position. So, knight c4 here, a4, king c8, rook b6, bishop b7. Should you even push b5? If you take, your rook is kind of stuck here. Rook c7, you bring your king, the rook is kind of stuck here. Maybe it's knight a5. Well, I don't know. Rook b6, bishop b7, d5. That could be what's right, potentially. Computer's suggesting some maybe reroutes, potential reroutes. H4 is like a really... Oh, wow. H4 might... Alright, he goes b5, takes... Rook d3 is a mistake. Oh, the computer's suggesting h4 because you could potentially soften up these pawns, which are all on dark squares and directly in the line of sight of the bishop. So, computer's thinking long term. Don't rush it. But right now, he's kind of rushing it. But rook d3, and now knight a5 is really good. Because you could probably just go here and here while stopping any rook d3s. But he goes rook c6, and now king d7. King d7, check, king d8. King has to stay close to the pawn and also guard the knight. So, yeah. Bishop c3. Alright, he's planning bishop a5. The best move is bishop a3. What the hell does this do? Oh my god. You really have no other move than bishop a3. Yeah, but yeah, Magnus is human. He doesn't find that. Now bishop a5. Now this is probably bad because now the discovery is stronger. It's something to do with like discovered attacks. Like when the bishop was on a3, it's much safer because it's just defended by the rook. But when you move the bishop to d6, now I'm pretty sure it's like now you have all these pieces surrounding it, so like the discover attack might be stronger, maybe. But it's apparently it's bishop a5 or knight d5. Both of them are fine. King d7. No. Don't tell me all for repeating moves, bro. No. This cannot happen. All right. This cannot happen. All right. No way this is happening. No way this is a draw. If you take, you don't have to take back. Rook d6. So, come on. Come on, man. Magnus plays king d7. Come on. Apparently, bishop b4. Oh, bishop b4. You deflected away. No, the pawn. Oh, my God. Oh, my days. Hikaru. No. You were winning, Hikaru. You were winning. No. He was just too low on time. You were just too low on time. You were winning. Man. Yeah, bishop b4 is tough. Tough move. He was probably thinking of b6, but you can't play b6. So, you can't bring the rook back. Otherwise, you lose the knight. So, it makes sense. You can't play bishop a5 once again because of the knight. So, yeah, it makes sense why Hikaru felt stuck here, but here, you still could have played bishop a5 at least. But still after this, maybe rook b6, and it's still not clear. I mean, but come on. Yeah, at least that bishop a5 there. No, Hikaru, no. Yeah. Yeah, bishop a5 was just... the rook can't go there. The rook can't attack it because you just take. King e7, probably knight c8. You win the knight. So, yeah, that was really sad. We get to see them play one more time. This is a must-win game for Hikaru, I think, because it's out of 2. If Magnus gets 2 points, then he moves on to the next stage. Let's actually check the standings right now. So, yeah, these are the finals, and we get to see them play again. All right, Hikaru has to go for the King's Indian, a little bit dubious opening. You have to go for a little weird openings because if you just play theory, top engine moves all the time, it's eventually gonna settle down to a draw. So, yeah. What's Hikaru gonna do? How is he gonna prove victory? D5. All right. A5. Good. I'm gonna stop the expansion as soon as possible. Bishop e3. All right. You bring the knight, or what is he gonna do? He goes knight a6. He wants to go knight c5. Maybe white wants to expand on the queen side, something like this. White doesn't really want to do that. Yeah, g4, okay. Magnus is going on the attack. Start jumping around with the horses. Oh, 2 knights c5s as the top move. Yeah, you start jumping around with the horses. Try to get f5 as well in the future, maybe. Yeah, now you jump this horse there. So opening up a bishop. a3, a4. a4. a4, no? a4, you can't take because knight takes e4. I think I saw this in one of Magnus's game, right? You were able to sacrifice this pawn, even though it's not really a sacrifice, because then you had the middle pawn. And after a4, then you play bishop e, or something like that. Not queen e8. I don't know. But yeah, this idea of a4, you want to stop the queenside expansion pretty much. Bishop d7, queen c2, king h8. All right, king h8. Because you want to play f5, so you don't want your king to be on the g file. Castles. f5 is the top engine move. If you don't play f5, what are you playing for, Hikaru? f5, he's probably thinking about that right now. There's not really any other move. You could play a4. Maybe bring the knights in, and maybe bring the rook in this way. That's another potential idea. But other than that, f5. Great. Alright, great. This is what I'm talking about. This is the type of game I want to look at. Alright, this is an exciting game. Gotta be really careful with your moves. Play a sudden move like this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Your knight's undefended. Uh-oh. Blast through any side. Rook opens up, so gotta be really careful. h4, he's going on attack. f4. f4, maybe? f4, do you take? Do you take? Do you play f4? If you take, you can't really take because bishop f5, that traps the queen, right? But apparently you have knight g5. You don't have to take back. Knights jumping in everywhere. So once again, really, really, really tough position. Hikaru has to calculate this all throughout. He might see that, you know, there's a queen trap here, so he might go for it, but knight g5, got to be really careful of these moves. And what is Hikaru gonna do? What is he gonna do? f4 seems like the most natural. Whenever you want to attack on a certain side of the board, you usually want to close the center, because then the opponent can't create counterplay in the center. So then you know, this bishop's just completely, you know, kind of stuck and everything. And even now, you have like a fishing hook tactic. Knight b4. Takes. Rook opens up. Rook opens up. If knight b1, well, b3 maybe, or... Oh, bishop a4. Ah, that is deadly. That is deadly. Bishop takes. Rook a2. Trap the queen, right? Yeah. Wow. That is pretty deadly. h4. Oh, wait, no. He didn't play it. Hikaru is kind of tanking, though. Hikaru is kind of tanking. But this is a crucial position. f4 pretty much decides the whole game. Then Magnus has to take. You have to kind of hope that this kind of idea might work, or maybe you're trying to go on the king side as well. Maybe you can do something like that. Hikaru has to think about, when he does play f4, is this actually an advantageous structure? Is he actually going to get something out of this? Because right now, he's kind of fighting on both sides right now, right? He's trying to fight for the queen side, but at the same time, he's trying to also repel the king side attack, and maybe even get his own king side attack as well. So he goes f4. You have to take. Now I think what Hikaru's thinking is maybe you just lock up the queen side, you don't allow white to do anything there, and then just fully invest in a king side attack where you will repel this knight. If this knight ever moves, let's say, I'm just making random moves, but you basically just want to repel the knight. If the knight ever moves, F3, and hello there, right? If the knight ever moves, well, who's guarding the H4 pawn, right? So that's basically what. All right, knight G5. All right, cool. H6. All right, that's natural. Knight F3. And oh, Magnus is smart. He's basically saying, oh, I made you push H6, and now your bishop can't go to H6. That is really smart. So Hikaru responds, all right, I'm gonna move my bishop here then. Let me attack your pawn here. H5. All right. Now rook G8 probably, or something queen E7, something like that. You would just want to trade this rook right over here, bring the queen back, bring your other rook in, fully invest in the king's side attack. Bishop E2. Okay, so probably maybe thinking about defending, right, the pawn. Queen E7. All right, slowly moving things to the king's side. Who knows? Maybe you maybe want to stack the rooks, something like that. Who knows? And this is getting really, really interesting. Because black is also threatening bishop G4. Like, if you just play a lazy move, don't forget, you also have bishop G4. Like, engine finds some stupid way. You have, like, a sacrifice, apparently. But that is really hard to spot. And bishop G4 does just look like, you know, you're attacking the pawn. Maybe you're bringing the queen in. So, alright. Now white gets a little bit of counterplay, but that is definitely halted. Hikaru's thinking. Now bishop G4 is good. See? This bishop G4 idea now, it's good, right? Queen F7, team up on the pawn. The pawn's the weakness right over here. You have to kind of invest in it. So, yeah, right now Hikaru might be thinking that he should have gone A4. Maybe Hikaru should have gone A4 earlier. Maybe he should have stopped this B4 idea in the first place. So there's a lot of things to consider. Go C5. Great move. B5, you allow the knight in. If you take, the knight also comes in. Now full on pressure here. Here, team up with the queen. Right triangle. Right triangles are always scary. And probably en passant, well, guess what? Now my pieces are swinging back to this side, and I potentially have an attack on your king. So, B5 locks up the position. Magnus is really smart, right? Magnus is really smart because he understands that even though I allowed a knight in, is it really doing anything, first of all? It is annoying, but is it really doing anything? I can always trade it. But also, now maybe I have an attack. Maybe I have a side to attack. Hikaru plays queen f7. Alright. Now he's doing this idea where he's totally investing in taking this pawn. Now apparently queen a1 is the best move. You can take my pawn. I'm gonna get my queen in. b6, knight b5, and all of a sudden, this pawn is actually getting really scary. So, Magnus's move of b5 actually it creates a little weakness here. Oh my god, this is tough to evaluate because Magnus gets b6, queen goes in. He invests his whole like attack in there, blocking the queen with knight b5, knight c7, and taking this pawn. This is not looking that good. This is really tricky. Now, I don't even know at this point. You can't even take, right? Can you even take? Mike, nah. Now the sacrifice doesn't work. Oh my god, this is... Alright, trades. Wants to trade. Takes. Ooh, bishop a5 is a good move. Hikaru got Magnus there. Oh my god. King D3. Bad move. Bad move. But he takes with the bishop. Ah, he had to take with this pawn and bring the rook in. A little open diagonal there. But bishop takes just seems so natural. Like, you brought the bishop there. You're going to trade. King H7. Ah, but King H7 allows Queen A7. I think... But B6, and then you always have bishop A5 defending it, right? If you play B6, if queen here, you always have bishop A5. I'm just suggesting bishop B5, yeah. Alright, and then here. Oh my god. That's nasty. Nasty stuff by the engine. My god. My nose is like a little stuffed right now. Oh my god. Alright, but anyways, let's see here. Okay. King E7, King C2, B6, Queen A6, Bishop A5. Yes! Yes, this is literally now Bishop C8. You have ideas of trapping the queen. Hold on, wait. If you play a lazy move, Bishop C8, Queen A8, Bishop F5. Oh, sorry, mouse slip. Bishop F5. Discovered attack. And now Bishop E4. Oh my god. Magnus blundered this. Bishop C8, yes. Queen A8, Bishop F5. Bishop F5, yes. And now, wait, King H7. Wait, is King H7 a possible move? Because imagine if you play here, and now you have Bishop F5, and now this is mate. So Hikaru might be thinking about ideas to checkmate him. Oh, Rook A8. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Oh my god. Hikaru won. Hikaru won. Oh my god. Hikaru won with the queen trap. He straight up just trapped his queen. He straight up just trapped Magnus's queen. Yo, what the hell? You can even sack here? Wow. Wow, what a game. What a treat it is to see all of these. What a treat it is to see all of these people play. Magnus versus Hikaru. They are probably going to Armageddon, right? It says it's out of 3 now, so they might be going to Armageddon now. Wow. What a treat it is. Hikaru's opening, wow, 95% accuracy. Yeah. Engine says that Magnus, yeah, you kind of had to fully invest in the Queen A1 idea, right? Because what's, yeah, you had the idea of Queen A1, right? Or not right now, after Queen D2 and then Queen F7. Instead of Knight A2, Queen A1, let's just say here, you fully invest in B6, bring the knight in again, and then taking the pawn, and this is all in the long term. So right now, it doesn't work, of course, because you have takes. But once you actually solidified everything, that is a potential idea. You jump the knight in, take the pawn, push the pawn, you know? So Queen A1 asks, like, a lot of questions, like, what's black gonna do? B6 is, of course, smart, but can't go in here now. So, Magnus tries to trade first, and then Queen A1, because he recognizes that. Queen A7. I mean, King C2. Yeah, it's just King C2. I don't know, maybe you should have just fully invested in the queen a7 and b6 idea. Like, yeah, like, both sides can't really make progress. Bishop b4 takes. So then this becomes a draw. That's tough actually to find. Seeing bishop g4 is really tough to find. But I think also if you just trade the rooks, yeah, like both sides really cannot just make progress here. But I guess queen h3 is really scary though. Queen h3 is really scary though. And yeah, it kind of looks like white's getting checkmated here. Like you have queen e4. Apparently this is somehow a draw. Wow. The show resumes in 2 minutes. Guess what I could do in those 2 minutes? Little bullet game. Little bullet game going on here. Oh my god. Yo, we do not talk about that. Yo, we do not talk about that move. Alright. Come on. Bring your little pieces into the game. Bring little pieces into the game. Alright. This is definitely not optimal by any sort of means. Definitely not optimal. He could take on c3. Hopefully he doesn't see that. I'm hoping he doesn't see that. Alright, he doesn't see that. Alright. I have to be careful though. h3 pawn. See if I can do a little swindle here. Rook here. Rook here. King up. Swindle. Swindle this guy. King d8. Let's go here. Yuck. It was a draw, sadly. When is the show resuming? I want the show to resume. Let's play another bullet game. Let's play another bullet game. Come on. Give me a bullet game. What the hell? Why are all my opponents moving so fast? This is what I do not like. They are moving really fast. And they are playing pretty well. Pretty well. c4. d5. Whoa. Let's go a little d5 action going on here. Oh. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there, buddy. Take. Take. This is somehow fine for him, which is crazy to me. It is kind of insane to me. I'm not even gonna lie. Queen g3. Not even going to lie. That is pretty crazy. Just try to defend everything, I guess. Check. Here. Take the pawn. Take the pawn, maybe. Take the pawn, maybe. Take the pawn. C5. Check. B4. Check. Takes. Check. Not check. Wrong sound. Alright. Nice. Alright. Alright. Get the win. And now let's go back. I want to see Hikaru, man. I want to see the Hikaru. Oh, yes. This is what I'm talking about, alright? Is this Armageddon? Nah, this ain't Armageddon. Alright, Rook E8. Rook C1, great move. Just keep developing every piece. Knight E6, alright. Trying to go C5. Knight E5. Bishop A3, probably. Probably just tickle the rook. A bit. So it's on a Rook C2. This... it's not really doing much. It is just annoying, though. H6. Yeah. H6. H4, maybe? Then Knight H5. She moves back. It's interesting. Apparently E3 is good in this position, which is pretty cool. It was Knight D3. Bishop F8. Opening up the rook. H4, yeah. Kind of had to go there. H4. Can't really break in the E4 square for white. Alright, Magnus plays C5. How's the trades gonna happen? Take, maybe Knight E4. Taking's fine. Taking's fine. You're opening up this. You're opening up these lines, putting a lot of pressure on the pawns. Maybe Knight E4. That just seems like the most natural moves, even though it might not be the top engine move. Knight E4 is strong. After Knight E4, you kind of have to stop the pawns somehow. Queen C2 good? Can you get your queen out? Not apparently not, because G5. What about this? Apparently this is Queen B1, Queen B2. Oh, Black just takes full initiative. Oh, Bishop E5, Knight E4, and uh-oh. Come on, Hikaru. Come on. D4 is a killer. D4 is a killer, because now this knight can't go back. D4, he plays it. Bishop A3. Try to get the knight back here, maybe? Knight back. But you can't. Knight C3. Ah, so that doesn't work. Instead of trying to meet the problem where this pawn is really just defended like a million times. Instead of trying to go for that, you go for the weak point with Rook E1 and E3. Ah. Yeah, Bishop A3, yeah. I swear, I'm not the only one that thought that was natural. Bishop A3. Yeah, then the problem is Bishop C6. Takes. Knight C3. Cut it off. Yeah. Hikaru might have missed that, but Magnus plays knight b4 instead. Okay. Knight b4 instead. That is... Alright. Do you take and go back? But you allowed the knight in, so how is this gonna work? Take the pawn. Rook takes. Knight takes. Ah. And then black has two pieces because of knight. Ah, okay. After knight b4, what's gonna happen? Oh no. That is pretty interesting. Knight b4. Also setting a bishop to e6. Sorry, he takes. Pawn takes. Ooh, maybe you want to sacrifice the rook in the future. Get the two connected passed pawns potentially. These pawns are really strong. You want to plop a knight there as well. Get the two pawns either way. And yeah. Alright, so Hikaru goes knight f4 after this. Which apparently bishop d6 is really strong. That makes sense. You attack the knight. The knight kind of loses a tempo after that. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but knight c3, yeah, that's also natural. Now the problem is queen takes d4. Wait, queen takes d4, g5? Oh. I thought there was like, queen takes g4, you take. Now the knight has to move and then knight e2. But then the problem is you can take back the bishop and that comes up both attack on the queen. So, yeah. Yeah, knight c3. Probably don't want to take. Can't take the pawn on d4. Oh, he takes on there. Queen has to take, and then queen takes d4. Great. Magnus is a little bit better. He has knight takes e2 check. Bring the rook in. Takes, bring the rook in. And then now what? Now this is just a really tough position for Hikaru. He's also down a little bit on time. Let's see if he can save this game. Knight b6. Rook a2. Is there knight d7? Rook e1. And then it gets tough for black. You want to make this bishop feel awkward. So you're going to block the queen's defense from it. And then try to get it a little loose. Hikaru goes queen d8, which is also fine. You can also bring your knight like that because it's pinned. Rook a2, knight c5. And then it is getting a little bit awkward here. Queen here. You can't play queen c8 because rook c2, right? Yeah. So maybe queen d8 wasn't best because... Yeah, maybe queen d8 wasn't best. Not to go here. You have to go on to attack with the knight. Because when the queen goes on the attack, then the rook can easily pin it. Yeah, so rook takes a2. Now knight b6 though. Knight b6. The hell is this engine line? Knight b6. Alright. Probably queen e7. You want to trade queens? Queen a8. Queen a8. Then what? Just move the queen. But Hikaru kind of has to do that. Hikaru can't afford to trade. So, yeah, he has to make one of the queen moves, even though it might not be the best move. Yeah, and the problem is black always has counterplay. If you try to even think about bringing the rook in, here comes in the queen. Your rook has to go back there defending the f2 pawn. Rook d2, and then maybe queen e6. Rook d2, queen a6, queen c5. Yeah, black just has a response to everything. Knight c4, rook d3 takes. Rook F. Oh no, Rook G3. Yeah, because the queen is spinning. Yeah, black kind of just has a response to everything. Magnus plays Rook B2 though, and now suddenly after Knight D7, here Rook D1. I'm assuming. I don't think Magnus saw how strong Rook D1 was, or how strong Hikaru's attack is. Because Rook D1, and then if queen takes, then you have Rook D8, and then that wins the queen. So yeah, Knight D7, and now suddenly time is probably gonna even out maybe, because Magnus is gonna have to think a bit, but probably just play Rook D2. Just put your rook here before your opponent can do that. You know, you don't have to win this pawn. This pawn is a weakness. You can win it later. So yeah, White kind of has to take, and then now it's really hard for Hikaru to win this. After takes, and like Queen A6 or something, or Queen F5, it's gonna be really hard for him to win this, because now Black's plan is really easy. He could literally like just bring the queen here, trade the rooks, and then queen versus queen. Magnus ain't gonna lose this. Just trade the rooks. That's the easiest kind of idea. Or trade the queens. Yeah, and then it's a sad ending, but I think it's best out of 3. So Hikaru still has a chance after this game, which is Queen G4. Move the king out of the way. Yeah, I don't really know what to do here. Alright, Rook A1, yeah. A4 is apparently killer, which is, I mean, that makes sense. Can't take the rooks, then, yeah, you have to give up the queen. If you take a pawn, B3 goes through. You're mowing through everything. Magnus finds A4. And yeah, queen takes b4, a takes here, probably have rook d1, takes, queen d3, or queen c2. Actually, that's even better. King's on a nice diagonal, can't be checked. Queen a7, you don't have enough time. Double queen, and yeah, it's not looking good for Hikaru here. Is to find a really, I mean, all decisions eventually lead to death by Magnus, sadly. Magnus is just chilling here. Yeah, Magnus is smiling. That he's freaking dancing, and when Magnus dances, starts shaking, starts bobbing his head in the middle of a match, you know you're done for. And yeah, b3, a5. You have to try something at least. b2, rook e1. Probably just queen d3. Queen d3, right? Queen d3, yeah. Yeah, and yeah, queen b4. You have rook d1. Oh no. No, not rook d1. Queen b4, rook d1. Sorry, I accidentally played a4. And yeah, you have a queen. And Hikaru lost. Alright, so Hikaru lost. And I don't actually know what's gonna go on next. I don't know how many. I feel bad for Hikaru. Who's going on next? Wait. Oh, it's out of 4. It's out of 4, so playoffs. What the hell? Where's Hikaru versus Magnus? What? I actually don't get the format of this. Yeah, what? Yeah. It's out of 3 now. What the hell? I don't get this event, honestly. I do not get this event. Yeah, Hikaru, set 1 versus Magnus. So it appears that they're gonna play more, because you know, this is out of 4. It looks like Ali Reza won 4 against Arjun. Oh wait. Hikaru, 2.5. Wait, is it over then? Is this over? No, right. This, all of these are out of 3. Or out of 4. I don't even know. All I know is that I'm gonna play some Bullet now. Throw the pawns forward. Yes, sir. Yes. I have to go. I have to be really careful here. No. I lost. Alright, come on. What the hell is this guy doing? What the hell? He might even sack a queen at this point. Oh. No, you think you're gonna escape, huh? Think you're gonna escape, huh? Let's take. I actually might have not been the best move. It should be 4. No. 96. B5. Shoot. D5. Oh my god. Wow. 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 That's crazy. That is crazy. Whatever the hell happened there, that's crazy. Whatever the hell happened there, that is really just spectacular. Really just wild. Wild stuff, really. Let's go B3. Let's go 92. C3. h3. Knight here. Let's go takey. Let's go h4. Takey. Let's go queen d3. Let's go knight f6. Let's go castle queen. Oh my god, I mouse slipped there, but it's fine. Should be fine. Alright, come on. Move. Alright. We win. Let's go again. Alright. Queen a4. Yeah. Typical. I actually don't know if this is good. It's probably bad, but who knows? There we go. G6. That just does not work. Alright. Oh! Sacrifice didn't work. G5. Rook f2. I am getting in. And it's good. Oh shoot. Oh my god. Oh my days. That was not good. E6. Alright, it's actually looking kind of scary now for him. Just kidding, for me. It's looking pretty scary. It is looking pretty scary for me. No. Come on, let me get to 2,500. Alright. 6. Alright, let's go E5. Come on. F6. You have to play F6, man. Otherwise, you ain't getting out. And the knight's just hanging. What am I doing? Alright. Come on. Shoot. Oop. Oh my god! No! Mouse slipped. Oh my god. No! No! Bruh. That was so bummy. That was so bun. Alright, come on. Is Magnus and Hikaru playing? Yes, they are playing again. And it looks like it's a drawing game. Alright. Alright, this overall just looks like not a whole lot interesting. It's probably going to be a draw, so I'm just going to play more bullet because I can. Just because I can. I need to learn how to do good under time pressure. Oh my god. I'm not really doing good under time pressure, so... Yeah, I'm attacking this pawn, though. I'm attacking this pawn. Oh, that just blunders a pawn, my man. My man, that just blunders a pawn. Oh my god. This is pretty bad. Actually, let's leave knight there. This is pretty bad. Really? Is this just not winning? Like, on the spot? This has to be winning, right? Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I what? What am I? Now I get it. Now it's gonna be really nice. Get the discoveries and everything. It has to play F5, which is... I don't think he realizes that I have double check. Alright. Come on. Alright, I'm playing against IM. Alright, and this is just pretty bad for me. But... You know. I should have played maybe C5, yeah. Get C5 now, which is not ideal. 97 takes. Queen T7. Rook C1. E5. I gotta. Oh, D5. Have takes there. Oh, what the hell? Yo, that was just straight tunnel vision. That was just straight tunnel vision right there, as Gotham Chess would say. As Gotham Chess would say, that is just... Yeah, straight tunnel vision. Oh, that is... What the hell? Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. It's over. Oh no. Yeah. Awful opening. Just gambit another pawn. Oh my god! And just completely forget the rook is hanging. Oh my god. These games are so bad. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I am like, I don't even know what's happened. What the hell happened? What the hell happened? Alright, that threw him off guard pretty well. That threw him off guard pretty well. Definitely a big success there. Definitely. For sure. For sure. H6. Bishop d4. Knight b5. A6. Alright. Queen takes b5 out, rook takes a2. I'm threatening. Oh no, I don't have that. Dude, see, this is the stuff that I like sometimes be missing. These positions are very tricky, so I have to make sure that. What the hell? Yeah, he just had tunnel vision like me. That was straight tunnel vision as well. Yeah. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Ooh. Ooh. He did the same thing I did. It's pretty cool. Oh, God. Ugh. It's pretty awful. It's pretty awful there. Pretty awful there. Check. Let's push. Let's do this. Ooh, a little bit of attack. A little bit of attack. I might say. I might say. Queen g5. Oh, messed this up a little. It's fine. It's fine. That's all fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. You see? It's all part of the plan. G6 coming up. So it's all part of the plan. You know what? Castle. Castle. That's what you do in the 28th move of the game. Castle. Take. Take. This is what you do. This is what you do. Play a little B3 action. Oh, no. No, he's fighting on because he's almost 2400. Sadly, that was not made for him. Alright. Let's just... Come on, man. He is pretty desperate. He is pretty desperate. I might say. Alright. Oh, yo, actually lock in. Actually lock in. What the hell am I doing? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm tilting. Oh my god. That was so bad. Sorry guys, I was not really focused there. Bro, my thing just went frozen. I don't know. Alright. I'm actually focused now. Actually focused now. Alright. Let's go. No. Shoot. No. Don't tell me I'm about to get Alien Gambit or whatever that's called. Don't Alien Gambit me, my boy. It's not how it works here, alright? That is not how it works here. That is not how it works here, my boy. You need to get the hell out. You need to get the hell out. No Alien Gambits here, nothing. Alright, that was a good move. Ah, knight c7. Why I just keep blundering this? Why do I just keep blundering that? Ah. Oh my god, I'm just keep wondering this. God, it's just awful. I'm so lucky it's not me. Oh god. Alright. Wondered that at least. Now it might be a little too late, but oh my god, just so bad. These games are just really, really poor. Oh my god. Dirt poor games right there. Give me a pretty solid. I should not have took so early. I should have waited until his should have waited. Oh my god. Just blundered that. This is so bad. What the hell am I doing? Take there. Please sacrifice. Please sacrifice. It's the least you can do. Yes. Alright, let's just see if I can. I just want to at least trick him. Come on. Nah, doesn't work. Nah, he tricked me. It's the opposite. What? God. I know that doesn't work, but it's at least worth a try. So at least worth a try is knight c6 off d5. Ah, God. No, he's bishop f6. Somehow surviving this. Yuck. What the hell is this defense? This defense is actually... How is he even alive? How the hell is he even alive? Oh my god. Just somehow alive after all of that. Incredible. That is incredible. How the hell did he survive that? What the hell just happened? He was just completely under attack and he somehow defended all of that. That is crazy. It's crazy stuff that happened. Crazy stuff, man. I think I should be better against this FM though. Should be doing better. I was better. Now I'm not. Yeah. I was lost. Bishop c5.